Is it me or does it feel like Monday Night Raw was quick? Like, I don't know. Like, they have like 5 or 4 matches or something like that, but I don't know. It just seemed like it just went by quick. I can't say I enjoyed Monday Night Raw. Some questionable things here that I'm going to talk about. May agree, may not. Okay, so Sammy comes out there. He starts off the show. And he's talking about the history between him and Kevin. He wants a match with Kevin. Kevin wants a match with him. Adam Pearce comes out there, says, hey, I can't give you that. You know, if Kevin does whatever he wants to do with you, I'm not held responsible, stuff like that. They're doing that back and forth stuff. You know, I knew where it was going to go, but I didn't think that it was going to happen this quick at Elimination Chamber. But they're in Toronto, their home country, so why not, I guess. But I'm like, don't you want to hold that off to Mania? So Sammy gets into his face and is like, man, I can beat him here, I can beat him there. The same thing that you saying that he can do to me, I can do to him. So Adam gave him the match for the Chamber in an unsanctioned match. So I'm looking forward to that. But let's just talk about this right now because it's confusing me now. Because the past few weeks, Karrion Kross has been coming up to Sammy, talking to Sammy, trying to lure him over to the dark side, saying that it's not too late to turn. And then later on, before the main event started, when Seth was doing his interview, he just came in and he was just rambling on the same thing. Like, I'm a big fan of Karrion Kross. I think he's talented and he's showing some personality and stuff like that he wasn't showing before. I feel bad for him about his Final Testament stable that all got fired, but they're still in the fucking video game. So the match at Chamber with Sammy and Kevin, I'm thinking that Kevin is going to win, but it's going to be like a win that's not really a win because it's unsanctioned. So it's a way for Sammy to take the L without actually taking an L. So what are you going to do with Karrion Kross? Like, why is he messing with him? So that's going on. And I'm like, I don't understand where you're going with it. And then Judgment Day is in the back. They're talking about the Elimination Chamber. Roxanne Perez, you might as well say she's called up because she's right here competing for a spot at the Chamber. And she's going up against Raquel. And then Balor's going to go up against Seth. So then you had AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. Braun Breaker, he gets into the ring and he was about to spear AJ. But then AJ moved out the way and he speared Dom. So you got Braun Breaker and AJ Styles about to clash for the title. I don't know what I feel about it because I don't know if they're feeding AJ to Braun. Because AJ with the title really doesn't do anything, but Braun with the title does everything. So are you feeding AJ to Braun at Mania? I mean, AJ's at the point now where nothing can really hurt his career. I mean, he's done everything. And I think AJ can get a good match out of Braun. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it. Women's Intercontinental #1 contenders match between Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai. I thought Ivy Nile worked her ass off, how she was playing to the crowd, how she was getting the heat on Dakota and Dakota fighting back. Dakota is such a good babyface. I was surprised that Dakota won because I would have had Ivy Nile go up against Lyra first because this seems just like two baby faces going against each other and stuff like that. But their finals for the Intercontinental title was really good. So if they can do the same thing, repeat it again, that'll be great. Now Gunther is in the back and he's walking out and he was like, I want to feel it. Is this what it feels like to be back here with all of these people? I want to feel it. So he comes out, no music, and he comes out and he tries to get the people. He's like, huh? Come on, yeet with me, huh? You're just like him. He's like, I blame y'all. I blame y'all for yeeting this man up. And because of y'all at WrestleMania, he's going to get the beating of a lifetime. So then he comes down. dresses the fans, and then he walked past some dude and said something to him like, your breath stank, you stank, or whatever the case, and then the dude shot a bird behind him. I like shit like that because that's how you know you're doing a good job as a heel, if you get reactions like that, because I guarantee you that you fat fuck, you wouldn't boast up to Gunther and chop the fat off your fat ass, shave some bacon off your back. So Gunther goes down. He's like, move along, little boy. A little kid was in his way. Move along, little boy. Get out of here. Gunther is just, man, I don't want to see him lose the title, but everybody keeps doubting Jay. No one believes that Jay can beat Gunther. That is the story that they're telling all the way up into Mania. But I tell you this, Jay need to get into this ring and start wrestling. He needs to start wrestling. And he needs to start getting better. I would feed people to Jay for Jay to get some wins, some big time wins. Now, if he was to face somebody like Karrion Kross and beat Karrion Kross, that's something that can happen. If he was to go and face Ludwig Kaiser, if he was to go and start facing people, like people that you really can see this man beating, he needs to stack up some wins here. So Gunther's out there and he's like talking to Pat McAfee and he's asking them, he was like, you guys, I want an unbiased opinion here. Do you think this man can beat me? And then Pat McAfee say, hey, a little yeet here, yeet there, yeet over here. Yeah, I can see it. And it was like, what? So before that, here comes Jey Uso's music. So Jey Uso comes out there. He got all these people trying to hold him back. But then he faked like he was finna go away. But then he just did a loop-de-loop and then just went around. And then him and Gunther start tussling in the ring. Jay is over. He got all of these yeet signs out there, merchandise. Everywhere he go to, every city he go to, he have a stylized yeet shirt for them to buy. Bro, that shit is, whoever is marketing WWE right now and coming up with these ideas for this merchandise and all that shit, man, y'all are a genius, because that is what's going to get people to buy that shirt. That's what's going to get people to buy the glasses. It's everywhere in that fucking crowd. When he was doing the yeet and when Gunther was out there, I was like, if there's Jey Uso merch and signs and yeet everywhere. Imagine how that's going to be at WrestleMania when he wins the title. Then you have Penta and Pete Dunne. What more can be said about this? This was a match done by two professionals. I like Pete Dunne. I'm trying to figure out where they're going with this now, because you have Pete Dunne and Penta and Ludwig Kaiser. And you got all of them interchanging with each other. So is this going to be a triple threat match? And when that happens, Penta's going to win. I want to know who's going to be the one to beat Penta. Who's going to be the one to beat Penta? It's got to be somebody that Penta can have a feud with. See, right now, they're just getting him used to the system in WWE. Kind of like how they're going to get Ricky Starks and Jordan Grace used to things in WWE. So the match was fine. I liked the match. It wasn't anything bad. But Ludwig came out there and caused a distraction. And he was on the apron. And then Penta did a Uno reverse card and threw him into Ludwig. And Ludwig just tumbleweed over there. And then he hit the Penta driver. I like that move. It was pretty good. So Penta's getting these wins. He's getting these wins, man. Like, I like Penta. And the thing is, Penta is really not doing any high-flying stuff. Nothing that's bad. He's just getting over on pure talent and aura. I haven't seen this man do like one lucha move or something like that. I mean, if you want to count the Canadian Destroyer, Mexican Destroyer, whatever you want to call it. But I know he's a luchador, but you know what I'm saying? The man is like over 40. You know, like you got to pick your spots when doing shit like that. But he's fucking over. I like that entrance. That entrance is, I was mad though. I was mad because he didn't do the walk. He didn't do the La Parca walk because he was too busy giving everybody Cieto Meadow out there in the ring. And that shit getting over. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. I don't know where they're going with that, but you got to go somewhere. Then you have the Elimination Chamber qualifier between Roxanne and Raquel. Poor Roxanne. She got beat the fuck up in this match. This girl was just tossing this girl around because she's so fucking short. She's so fucking tiny. Like, the majority of the match is Raquel just beating her down. And Roxanne is such a good baby face to like sell it and come back, because she had her moments where she came back and started doing her thing, but it got cut short because Raquel is so big. And then Roxanne getting 2 counts here and there. The match was fine. I liked it. It was a big girl, small girl match. Raquel just dominated. Then Bianca came out there, caused a distraction because Liv was out there. And it's been seen on video the night that Jade got messed up that they were around in the area. So they assumed that they had something to do with this, right? So Bianca come out there and she started tussling with Liv, and then Naomi came out there and they just started beating her up. They came out there looking like, you know, Bring It On from the movie Bring It On, the cheerleader movie. So then Roxanne got the win over Raquel due to the distraction. So she's going to the chamber for the women. Now, I have a few questions here. One is, who really attacked Jade? Because I don't think that it was Liv and Raquel. I think that it was either Naomi or Bianca. I don't think it was them. So, but they're about to defend the tag team titles against Liv and Raquel. So you see how that works out. So, but like, I really don't think that Liv and Raquel are the ones who attacked her. Naomi has a lot to gain from that. Naomi wasn't doing shit on SmackDown. She was tagging along with Bianca and Jade. She saw all the success that Jade was getting, all the attention. Coincidentally, I think, didn't Naomi come back the same time that Jade came there? I don't know. I can't remember. But there's something there. And I don't really know if they're going to be doing that. But they should. I don't know. All I know is that I'm looking forward to that tag match, because I think that Liv and Raquel have really gelled before as a tag team, and they get along well, and I think they'll be a great fit to be the tag champs right now until you can get everything sorted out with Jade. And it's not that far off. Not that far off. The New Day try to talk to the people in the ring, but they're getting booed. Xavier lists the things that they're upset about. They should be grateful for how much mercy they showed Rey Mysterio. They should thank God they did that. And then he's like, then the LWO came out there. I'm not interested, bro. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I'm not interested. These dudes need to be coming out here and just beating people up, being heels. Enough with trying to like be a baby face, but you getting boo reactions and all this and that. Either you gonna be this or you're not gonna be this. Now, I thought this was gonna go somewhere, but this shit ain't going nowhere. Like, just be a heel. Be a heel tag team. You got the music, you got everything. You don't need to try to explain nothing to anybody. Try to get them tag titles. Walk up on the War Raiders. Like, the War Raiders had a little vignette where they talking about going after the Creed brothers and shit like that, because they hit them with belts. Fuck that shit. New Day need to be walking up to these motherfuckers is like, I want these belts, bruh. They don't need to be out here trying to get boos. Okay, we get it. Boo. Bro, come stop that shit. I don't want to see them no more. I don't want to see them no more. I don't want to see Finn Balor no more either. Let me get on this. He needs to leave this fucking group. He needs to leave the fucking Judgment Day. I don't want to see him in there anymore. That group needs to be disbanded. It's nothing now. It's nowhere. I'm tired of it. It needs to go. I have nothing against the match. The match was fine between him and Seth Rollins. Your main event match is supposed to be that. Your main event matches are supposed to be good, but Seth Rollins won. Seth's going into the chamber. Finn Balor is just another loser. Everything he's been in, he's just been lost. He's been on a losing streak where he just lose. I can't remember when the last time he won something. A lot of things need to be shaked up and turned around. You know, this show had good parts. It had bad parts. It wasn't a good Raw by any means. I give it a C. A low one at that. But the only thing that really kind of kept this show going for me is Jay and Gunther. And I really enjoyed the AJ Styles and Dominic match. That was pretty good. But anything else on this show, like I really like this was like Raw. It wasn't all that great, but hopefully we need to do something on here on this road to WrestleMania here. Some got to shake. We're gonna have to crank the gas up a little bit. Like you gotta flesh this stuff out. And the Raw was all right, but it could have been a whole lot better. It was